What is going on, guys? Today we're going to be talking about how to start a junk removal business in 2026. Honestly, in my opinion, this is the fastest path to cash out of all of the different business models. This is how you can make $1,000 a day within a month of starting, assuming you do it right and don't get distracted. This is just one little piece of what we give to our clients in Holler Scale, and hopefully get some value out of it. So let's get into it. All right. So this is how to start a junk removal business 2026. Equipment. A dolly necessary. I mean, not really. You can pick everything up with your hands basically. A gloves, gloves. I would say gloves are pretty necessary as well. Although you don't need them. All this stuff is basically optional, but it will seriously help you, and it's a very worthy investment, and it's also an investment that basically you'll see very high returns on for sure. So dolly, gloves, another guy, like it could literally be like your brother or like your friend, someone you know, like, hey, do you want to make 50 bucks? I'll give you 50 bucks cash to help me out today. Just in the beginning, it's kind of cool to do that. A tarp is pretty useful as well, especially for your like yard debris, or if you're cutting up a couch with a sawzall. Um, that's going to be pretty good for collecting all of the different like debris that comes off the couch and stuff. Um, One of these two, especially for like box springs, this is pretty good. Cut off the side of the box springs. At some dumps, they just won't charge you if you cut off the sides, so you save 20 bucks. Not a whole lot, but it adds up. Broom and dustpan, I would say this is more on the side of the essentials, in my opinion. Once you're done, you're gonna want to sweep up. It's a little thing that takes a little bit of effort, but it has a major psychological impact on the people that you're serving. So next, we have something to haul with, obviously, or I mean, not even necessarily haul with, but like, let me pull up my tool here. Literally, you could have just like a dumpster. If you have a major clean out, like a whole house clean out, and you don't have really big equipment, even if you do have big equipment, I'd still recommend like just dropping a dumpster the day before, collecting the payment for the dumpster in advance, and then just reducing that from the quote, right? So like, say you quote like 1,200, or maybe 1,200 for the clean out. It's a small clean out, let's say. Dumpster costs 500. Collect 500 in advance, and then do the job. If you have a truck, definitely get a utility trailer. I would recommend a tandem axle, so it's going to have 4 wheels, 2 on each side. And if you don't like this carrying capacity here, you can literally just put OSB walls on the side, like wooden walls, and put like 2x4 here to increase the carrying capacity and therefore increase the amount of money that you can make in one go. Or another strategy that I enjoy is if you have multiple jobs in one day, right? Multiple free quotes to give, let's say. You can literally go to their house, take all the stuff, give them a quote, right? And then if they agree to the quote, take all the stuff to the curb. And let's say you do that with like 3 houses, right? You can come back with this U-Haul and gather all of this stuff up just in one go. You don't even have to bring a guy with you. You can literally drive in your car. You can quote it out and you say, okay, yeah, we'll be back tomorrow with the U-Haul. We're gonna haul all this stuff out to the curbside, and then we're gonna be back tomorrow to grab it. So, those are the 3 main methods when you're first getting started. You literally need $0 for this to get started, by the way. You can collect the cash and then rent the U-Haul. You can collect the cash and then rent the dumpster. This, you can rent one too, but if you're gonna buy one, you kind of need money, actually. So now pricing, this is a huge one. Everyone's always confused about how they should price. So as a general rule of thumb, I would always price at least 80% profit margin, because first of all, there are indirect costs associated with you doing business. So like you have to pay for softwares eventually. You have to pay for insurances. You have to pay for maybe a truck payment. And like you're going to need a healthy profit margin in order to be able to, 1, pay for all those indirect costs, 2, even have profit to begin with, like even have net profit, which is profit left over after all the expenses. And then 3, you want that profit so that you can actually scale later. And you can actually like have enough profit built up to where you can reinvest it. So a good way to do this is to literally just find out what your local dumps charge by cubic yard. A cubic yard is imagine a cube made up of 3 feet on each side. So it's like 3 foot, 3 foot, 3 foot, 3 foot, and then 3 foot wide. It's a cube made up of yards, right? Times that by 5. and that is your price per cubic yard. And also set a minimum of 125 to 150 or so. This is like generally speaking what the minimums are. Yeah. Okay, now getting leads. Now that you have the equipment sorted out, now that you have pricing sorted out, basically, which pricing is kind of more of a matter of like trial and error, anyways, because it gets messy when you start. Like sometimes you go over the amount of time you thought you were going to spend there. I won't get into that, but getting leads. So start with people that you know, like personally that you know, your mom or maybe your cousin or whoever. Literally take out your phone, send them a video or a text asking if they know someone who needs that kind of service, which is like a junk removal business service. Like, do you guys know anybody who would need a junk removal service? Or you could take out your phone and just, Gary Vee had taught me this. You could take out your phone, film a video, and then send it to probably not everybody in your contacts, but like 10 people a day in your contacts. If you send it to everybody, you're going to get banned from sending messages, because that happened to me. And it really sucked. I had to be on Apple support for like an hour. And then, this is optional, of course, but I think it's really good in terms of getting started. Offer an unconditional money-back guarantee and do the first few services at a discount to get experience in social proof. So you're learning, right? You're learning before you're earning, right? The biggest reason that people don't buy is because there's risk associated with the purchase. So maybe they buy from you and then you don't deliver on the result, right? With junk removal, there's not much risk. The risk is that you don't show up. But with people that you know, you can just give a money-back guarantee. They're probably not going to ask for a refund if you do your job right. All right, and now collecting social proof. This is very important because people don't like to stick their necks out, like at all, ever. Nobody really does. No one likes to take risks. So the more that you can collect more and better social proof, the more people will come to you and ask for your services and actually buy from you. So a good way to collect and display this social proof is by creating a Google business profile. A link to that will also be in the description. I made a video on that. And a good way to get social proof from people reliably, consistently, is tell everyone you serve that you offer a $5 discount if they leave an honest review before they pay. So this works like 90% of the time, if not 99% of the time. Trust me, brother, this works. And sometimes you get people who like laugh at you because you just charge like $1,000 or like $7,000 for a clean out or something like that, demolition job, and you're offering a $5 discount. A lot of times they'll still do it. So who's laughing now? Once you have a website up, display this social proof on your website. So this is collecting social proof doesn't just help you now, it helps you in the future. You can also, if you're not familiar with these tools, this is Claude Code, this is Codex. These two tools you can use to build yourself a website. Basically how it works is you say, hey, Claude, can you build me a junk removal website? Here are my images. Can you give me the code for that? And then it builds the website for you. Same with Codex. This is just ChatGPT's version. And then in terms of hosting the website, I recommend to use the platform GoHighLevel. There's also a link for that in the description too. There's like a 30-day or a 14-day free trial. It's one of the two. Either way, there's a free trial with that link if you want to use it. And this allows you to not only display the website, like host the website, it allows you to get tracking numbers. It allows you to do automations. It allows you to do forms like really easily. So there is a payment associated with it, but it saves you a lot of money, honestly, because it's an all-in-one platform. And then LLC formation. So once you have a little bit of business, once you have some experience, you should, in my opinion, go to zenbusiness.com and form an LLC. Go through the process of filing an LLC. This costs $50, not like $50. This costs specifically $50, and will let you be actually legitimate and let you open a business bank account. That's an important unlock, especially after you've made like $2,000, right? It's like once you start making thousands of dollars, you should probably become legitimate, and you should probably open a business bank account to separate your personal funds from your business funds. So but also just like a pro tip with Zen Business, I formed like 10 LLCs on Zen Business, And like personally, the way that they make their money is on their upsells. So they'll often try to scare you into buying something you don't really need to buy. If at the end you're checking out and your total is more than $50, you've most likely bought something unnecessary. And then once you open up that business bank account, take advantage of free money that the bank gives out to people who start bank accounts. So Chase Bank, for example, gives out like $300 for people who start bank accounts with them, business bank accounts. It's just free money. So I would say take advantage of that, especially in the beginning when you're broke. And then you must have a way in which to accept payments. So a Stripe account is a pretty good strategy in the beginning. It's not super professional, but you can send invoices through it, and it's free. It just takes a percentage, because of processing fees. But Chase Bank, if you have a Chase Bank account, you can also accept payments through them as well. So it's not the most professional either because it's on your phone, but you can at least accept payments, or Venmo, I guess, in the beginning when you're starting out. Or you can get one of these guys. The main advantage with this, the reason as to why I would say to invest in one of these, I think they're like, I don't know, $500 or something, is because they allow you to ask for tips in a not weird way. And generally when you ask for tips, it just is, it's just integrated into part of the process. Generally, when you ask for tips, people will tip, and the tips are like $50 to $100, generally speaking. So a one-time purchase of like $400, $500 can generate you thousands, tens of thousands of dollars over the lifetime of using it. So I recommend buying one of these. Also, very important, as you do jobs, take before and after pictures every single job and make sure you include yourself in these photos. So this is not a good example because it's AI. People, you can tell it's AI, right? Like, this is not real. You've just lied to them. You said, I did this job, when really you haven't. So now the trust is tanked, dude. They're not going to buy it from you. It's just like a lazy operator thing. But this is a real photo. Only thing I would change about this photo over here is I would say have your face in it. Like, be smiling in the photo. And maybe have like the customer in the photo too, and they're smiling too, right? It's like, hey, we got the issue handled, we're friendly, and we can actually do the job, and we'll show up on time, and you'll feel comfortable in your house. Like, we're not crackheads, Next thing, create a Facebook page and post to it at least one time a week. The purpose of social media for a local service-based business, you literally serve like, a city, isn't really for advertising as much as it is for building rapport, which means trust, with people who are considering buying from you. So oftentimes what happens when someone's considering buying from you is they will go to Facebook, they'll look you up on social media, and then they'll watch your videos. And because they've watched your videos, they now feel like they know you, and they feel like you, they trust you. They feel more trusting of you. And then once you have your system set up and you have more experience, you're going to want to run paid ads, in my opinion. This takes skill, though. The best way in which to learn paid ads would literally just be, in my opinion, this is what I did too, is to pay someone who has done it before to teach you how to run paid ads. I paid like an ad agency like $3,000, and they taught me how to run paid ads. They taught me how to set the funnel up, everything. So I think it's honestly a really good solution, because alternatively, if you go with an ad agency and they run your ads for you, then what will happen is either one, they suck and you lose money, which sucks, or two, they're really good, but now they own you. They own your website, they own your ads account, everything. Wouldn't recommend that pathway. All right, guys, hopefully you enjoyed that video. Hopefully it was incredibly valuable to you. Don't see how it couldn't be valuable to you. If you guys are struggling with getting leads, there's actually a link below. You can book a call with me. Basically, not like a salesy call or anything. We literally just go over how you're getting leads now, what's your current strategy, help you develop a different strategy, a different way of approaching it if your current strategy isn't working well. And worst case scenario, you walk away with a better understanding of how to get leads in junk removal. And in the future, for future you make more money. So feel free to book a call with me below. If you don't want to, that's cool too. I'll see you guys in the next one.